have to share. We're going to be talking to you as moms. I know most of you on the line tonight are moms, and we're just going to be sharing with you a little bit about nutrition, some different stories. We're also going to talk and just touch a little bit on maybe having some time freedom with your life, as far as I know a lot of moms, I know for me, whenever I had my kids, I wanted to find a way that I could stay at home with them. But yet I wanted money. Like, I didn't want to be at home and not have money to go shopping. So I kind of wanted both. So we're going to talk a little bit about time freedom, that type of thing as well. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of get started with some testimonies. My name's Amy. I'll be your host tonight. And so if you do have any questions, just go down into the chat. You could type in a question. I'll make sure to ask the speaker what those questions might be. But we have a couple of moms on the line that really have some pretty awesome stories, testimonies, some different things that they've experienced. And we're going to start tonight with Jessica, if you're ready. And Jessica is just adorable. We're so thankful to have her on our team, and she's just such a ray of sunshine. She is a mom, she is a businesswoman, and also then using Isagenix products to really better her life. And so I asked Jessica just to share a little bit tonight as far as what she's experienced as a mom, as a female coming into Isagenix. So Jessica, do you mind sharing? Oh, I can't hear you, Jessica. Can you guys hear her?
No. No.
I heard you a little.
I don't know what to do.
Is your volume low?
No.
No? So Jessica, kind of play with your volume a little bit, and we'll start. Is that you? Did you just say that, Jessica?
No, I did. No, that was somebody else.
Okay. And we'll start with you, Michelle. Michelle, do you mind going first?
Nope.
Okay, awesome. Well, you guys, this is Michelle, and Michelle has two amazing testimonies. I mean, just really sandwiched into one. Michelle has an adorable family, and she has had amazing results herself with the product, and then also just a great kid story to share. And so, Michelle, do you mind sharing with these moms kind of what you've experienced so far with the products and with your kids?
Sure. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I've been using Isagenix products since May. Before that, I was having a lot of health problems, a lot of digestive problems, headaches almost every day, fatigue, and I had gained a lot of weight that I couldn't lose. And I took out gluten and dairy and citrus, and it really didn't make a huge difference. It made me feel less bad, but I never felt good. And so my wellness doctor told me about Isagenix. I tried it, and I really didn't think it was going to work, frankly, because nothing I tried was working. But within a week, I had my life back. I feel 15 years younger. I have lost 35 pounds, and I have not had a single headache since May, which is the biggest thing for me. And then so after it worked for me for a little while, I asked if it was something I could use with my daughter. My daughter started having really bad GI problems when she was 5. By the time she was 8, she had to have 3 scopes and was on 5 meds a day. And I desperately wanted to find something for her. And he just said, Michelle, it's food. Of course it can work for her. So we talked about what to use and started it with her. And within 3 weeks, she was off all of her medications and has never been healthier. Her pediatrician cannot believe it. He keeps asking me for more information. So it's been really awesome. And so grateful to have it as part of my life.
Awesome, Michelle. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing. It's just inspiring. Yesterday, I said something to Michelle about losing 15 pounds, and she said, I've lost 35 pounds. And I'm like, that's even better. That's awesome. So it's just incredible. But congratulations on your success, and thank you for just in you and bring you what you bring to our team.
Thanks, Amy.
So yeah. All right. Next, Amy, are you okay with sharing next? You're on mute, Amy.
Got it.
Awesome. All right, guys. So this is Amy, and I met Amy several years back, and she has just had a tremendous story with her weight loss, and just amazing. She's a mom of 3 cute, adorable little kids, and also a grandma. 5.
Bye.
5. And also now a grandma, I'm like, how is that even possible? Because she looks so young. And so Amy's just going to share a little bit as far as her journey, what she's experienced, and that type of thing. So do you mind, Amy?
No, I don't mind. Before I started Isagenix, I had no energy, and I worked a very high-stress job. And so when a friend of mine actually introduced me to Isagenix, I tried it for the 30 days, and I felt amazing after my first 30 days. My first 30 days, I lost 30 inches. So that's about 1 inch a day. I was pretty happy with that. But total, I've lost 50 pounds, and I am able to keep up with my twin 3-year-olds, which is wonderful. And they even use the Isommune. They use it every day. And I have added the Amped workout to my workout, and I have increased my calorie burn through that. And being a business owner, I am very excited about the residual income that this can provide for me.
Awesome, Amy. Thank you. And thank you for sharing. And I think it's cute because don't your twins always want to eat the chocolate?
They want to eat any of it. If I make a shake, they drink it. If I have the Ice of Delights out, they eat it. They love it all.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's as more healthy than broccoli, and your kids love it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when they like healthy things. So that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you sharing tonight very much.
You're welcome.
And then I know that a lot of you have heard all about Dr. Carrie, and I know for those of you that I invited on, I'm like, you guys have got to hear her. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. And but we really are blessed that Carrie has agreed to get on this call with us tonight. She's just going to share with you about Isagenix, what she believes as a mom, as a doctor, and as an athlete. And so I think you guys are in for a real treat. I know for me, I'm super, super excited. And I met Dr. Carrie just about 1.5 years ago, and she is just amazing. And I feel like, I don't know, she just qualified to go pro in a fitness competition. She's a doctor, a mom, an athlete. And so kind of like the package deal. So Carrie, I just appreciate you taking time, and I know that we're all so excited. I've had so many messages all throughout the day. So thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, thanks, Amy. Gosh, I'm kind of blushing over here. That's awesome. Thank you for that intro. I am super excited to be on this call. When Amy asked me to do this, I was like, oh my gosh, she must be listening to my prayers, because this is kind of like my passion. This is where I want to go with my Isagenix career, is to help moms and to really influence them to realize what kind of control we have over the health of our children, what we're putting in their bodies. Whatever we give them, they're going to eat it. So we need to make sure that what we're giving them is high quality, and it's going to grow their cells into healthy cells, their brains, everything that they need to develop into amazing humans. So a quick little thing on my story. I won't take too long on it, but it's a little bit different than everyone else's. I joined Isagenix in February of 2014. My friends Dave and Michelle signed me up on a 9-day cleanse. Hindsight being 2020, I don't know that I would have done that, but I started a 9-day cleanse. I was working private practice. I did the 9 days. It was tough. But then I found out a few days later that I was pregnant. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe that explains some of the attitude problems I might have had. So I did the 9-day, I was pregnant. So then I was like, oh, I told Dave, I guess I will wait till I'm done being pregnant to do Isagenix. He's like, no, he's like, it's safe. You can do, it's just food. You can do some shakes while you're pregnant. So that's what I did. I did the shakes. It was great nutrition while I was growing that baby. I felt good. We used to have a product called Want More Energy. I used to take that in the middle of the day when you start to get a little low on energy when you're pregnant. So that is kind of the story with that. Then after I had the baby, I was like, okay, it's go time. I'm going to be 36 this next year, and I want to be like in the best shape of my life. So I hired a trainer, and I put the system to the test. I used it daily. I trained my butt off, and a year from the birth of my son in November of 15, this last November, I did my first fitness competition. And I can honestly say, without the nutrition that I had, there is no way I would have made it through some of those workouts, because my trainer is pretty intense, and she definitely put me through the ringer. So I do want to touch on the products because I am such a believer in them. I do want to advise you, though, we don't claim to treat or cure or diagnose anything. This is just food. And if you give your body what it needs, it's going to give you what you want in response to that, like more energy, weight loss, etc. So I want to start out with the shakes. I don't even know where to begin with these because they are the bomb. I've done so much different research. I've talked with my friend, Dr. Dave, Dr. Bruce. It's just amazing what Isagenix has done with this product. It is from grass-fed cows from New Zealand. The protein is undenatured, so that means they have not heated up and broken down the protein. So all the protein can be absorbed into your body, and you can get the nice lean muscle growth that you want. I believe it is the best protein on the planet by bar none. The biggest reason I really liked the Isagenix was more for what it didn't have in it. As a chiropractor, I cannot do artificial anything. So Isagenix does not have artificial sweeteners. It does not have artificial ingredients or any flavoring like that. So that is a huge bonus. There's a lot of products out there, there's a lot to pick from, but that is what set Isagenix apart for me. Besides exceeding the USDA standards on organic, because we are getting our way from New Zealand, they don't have antibiotics or hormones injected into their animals, and they do milk them during season. So they're not stressed out animals, they're cheerful, happy cows, which is really super cool. They are a complete meal replacement, and I do have to let you know that. A lot of people are like, oh, only 200 some calories, whatever they might think, and they're like, oh, look at the carbs, oh, look at this, oh, look at that. But in order to have a full meal replacement, you have to have those ratios. You have to have the carbs, you have to have the protein, and you have to have your fats. Otherwise, your body's not getting
gas to get that stuff off of them.
So our problem in the United States is that we are overfed and undernourished. We are not getting the nourishment that our bodies need, so that's why a lot of people overeat. If you have high-packed nutrition getting into your system, you aren't going to be hungry 30 minutes later. And that's what our shakes do for people, and that's why I feel like it's such a simple solution for anybody who's a busy mom, a busy athlete. I work with professional athletes, and they want the best stuff in their bodies. And that's why I always recommend this to them. I do have a little homework for you guys tonight. I don't know if this is going to come out right because we're on a video, but I want you to write this down. And it is backwards, but it's called Gluta and then Thione. And I want you guys to do a little research on your own. I want you to put that into Google and put glutathione in whey protein. And I want you to kind of just really embrace the whole impact of that. I don't have enough time to go over it tonight, so that's why I want you to do a little research on your own. It's really, really cool stuff. super sciencey, but if you're kind of into that thing, you'll really dig it. The next product I want to talk about is Ionic Supreme. All right, guys, this is super cool. This is perfect for busy, stressed out moms and anybody who's just in that environment all day long where you can never seem to settle down and you're just kind of always at the edge of your seat, like maybe a little anxiety pent up or something. The Ionic Supreme has what's called adaptogens in it, and they're just like they sound. They're adaptogens because they adapt to your body's stress, whether it's physical, emotional, whatever it might be. If you think of the average American day, it's like you get up, you're rushing around, get kids ready, get people fed, get in traffic. Oh my gosh, you hit every red light on the way to work. So you're constantly, your cortisol levels, everything is always up here rather than kind of a nice easy trend. So that's really causing a lot of damage nowadays. We get a lot of adrenal fatigue going on with women, and they really need something that helps calm them and like mellow them out. And I feel like this is like the perfect product rather than like really going towards anxiety pills or anything like that. The coolest thing about this, and I know another girl was talking about it and I was like, okay, I'm not the only one, but I use this as a post-workout because after my workouts, my muscles have been broken down, they're super stressed out, a lot of oxidative stress. So I want to get something back in my body that's going to help recover it quickly for my next workout, which is going to be the next day. So I've noticed with that, on top of doing the whey protein, that I can do a hard leg workout and I might be a little tender or maybe like that, but I'm not like, oh, I can't bend down. Oh, I can't do this. You know, I hear my friends go, oh my gosh, I wish I had like handlebars to sit down on the toilet. I don't have that. I mean, I work out pretty hard. And my trainer has even said, oh, well, maybe you're not doing something right. But then she'll work me out and it'll be the same thing. So I definitely attribute a lot of that to that nutrition from the Ionics and the whey protein. The other cool thing I think about that kind of correlates is if you think about oxidative stress, that tends to age us quicker. So if we can kind of tone that back, I mean, I'm closer to 40 now than I am to 30, so I have to think anti-aging things. So if I can keep my stress levels down and keep everything kind of more even keel, I feel like I will be able to look better at 40, than I did at 30 possibly. So there's always that. But moving on, I'm going to go into our Cleanse for Life, which is super cool because it cleanses out your cells, kind of removes some toxins. No colon cleanse here, guys. It's not anything where you're going to be on the potty for like 2 days straight, just flushing out fluids. It's definitely not like that at all. It goes down to the cellular level, and it kind of floods your body with all these nice botanicals and raspberry voodoo stuff, and it makes you feel good. There's a couple different ways that people do the cleanses. Some people like to do full day cleanses. It kind of gives your body a rest. So like your liver then can kind of go to work on some of the toxins that are that it's stored away in those fat cells and kind of flush it out through your kidneys. And then the next day you kind of just feel better, like things are functioning more adequately and you just feel higher energy. And of course it's going to kind of shrink down your belly, so you're not going to be as hungry as you normally would. So that helps in the weight loss portion of it. I was listening to something today that they took a bunch of athletes from San Diego. They basically put them in garbage bags and had them run on treadmills, and then they collected the sweat and they analyzed the sweat, and they had so many different toxins in their bodies, and they actually had DDT in their sweat. And if you don't know anything about DDT, DDT was a pesticide that was actually banned in 1972. So I don't know where it's coming from, obviously, but if athletes have those high level of toxins in our body, then we all have those levels of toxins in our body, and we need a way to cleanse those out. Our bodies do have a cleansing system in them, but since we are so overloaded with environmental stress and toxins and everything else, it can't always keep up. So we're just kind of giving it a little hand up in that process. So I think that's pretty cool that we have that at our hand that we can do daily. I even give my son a shot, like a little teeny, like 1 ounce of Cleanse for Life every night before he goes to bed. He thinks it's juice because I don't feed him juice. So he's like, "Ooh, this is yummy juice, Mommy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome. Keep it up, buddy." So I think that's pretty neat because obviously kids are not toxin free either. They're breathing the same air we are. They're eating a lot of the same foods. So we definitely need to be watching out for them. The same thing with the shakes. My son asks for the shakes, and we had a seasonal shake called pumpkin spice. Excuse me. So he has been downing that thing, and I'm like, "Hey, babe, that is gonna run out. We don't get any more of that." He's like, "Why?" So just kind of funny. Maybe I'll have to get it on the black market or something. But so anyway, the last other thing that I think is great with our products is our vitamins. As a doc, I always try to recommend that people do an omega-3 supplement and a vitamin D3. These, because we aren't going to get those in our diet because we don't live by a river with nice fresh salmon, and we don't always get in the sun as much as we need to. I always recommend those too. And our vitamins cover all of that. And it also has a new thing that is called Product B. I'm not going to go totally into that because it can kind of be super sciencey and maybe a little boring. So I'm going to give you guys some more homework, and I'm going to have you guys write this website down. It is called www.theproductbdiscovery.com. And if you guys missed that, I can get it to you, or me or Amy or anybody can get that to you that sent you on this call. The biggest thing I kind of want to close with tonight is the culture of Isagenix. I mean, I really learned that just recently when I was in San Diego. The coolest thing about Isagenix is they realized that health is not a 30-day quick fix, cleanse your body, okay, now you're healed, move on and keep doing what you're doing. Lifestyle has to be not what's happening in 30 days, but in 30 years from now. Like what you're feeding your body today, is that nourishing you to have quality years later in life? And that's kind of what we really need to be thinking about. Nobody really thinks about that in their early 20s or maybe even your 30s. But I want to be able to wrestle around with my great-grandkids and be able to keep up with them later in life. So that's why I want to feed my system now and to feed my kids' systems now. I don't know if you guys know the stats on it, but 69% of our population is overweight or obese, which is, I look at that as an opportunity. That's an opportunity to help that many people achieve freedom through health and wellness, and that is all of our jobs. It's not just my job as a doctor or Amy's job as an Isagenix associate. It's everybody's, because if 70% of those people are obese or overweight, then we know some of those people, right? So we can definitely reach them and help them. The other crazy stat is that a third of children are obese or overweight. That's crazy. So that's why I think it's important for us as moms and coaches and teachers. I mean, we have so many different roles in our kids' lives, and I don't think nutritionists should be eliminated from that. So we definitely need to empower ourselves and our families to take on that role more than we think we do, or that we need to. I think Isagenix is a very simple plan. It's very coachable. You can call me tomorrow, I can get you answers. You can call anybody and you can get answers. I mean, we have a nutritionist on call all the time to answer questions that maybe I can't answer or somebody else can't answer. But there's always somebody willing to help. And that's why I love this culture. I know this is my home, and this is definitely my mission in life, is to try to bring this kind of wellness and health to as many people as possible. I hope that you guys will really take this information to heart. There's so much that I could have shared, but only having 20 minutes, I'm trying to bundle it as quick as I can, but get you all the best information. And I think that is probably about it. I don't know, Amy, if there's anything else you want me to touch on.
I think it was absolutely awesome, Carrie. I mean, literally amazing. Very, very good. And so is there anybody that has any questions at all? And we'll have some more time at the end, but is there anybody right now that has any specific questions for Dr. Carrie?
I do.
Okay, yes.
How old is your son that you gave the cleanse to, the little bit?
He's 4 years old.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. I'm sorry. My children are 1, 4, and I have a stepdaughter who's 12.
Hey, any other questions? All right, Dr. Carrie. Well, I'm sure at the end we may have some other questions. If you do have questions for Carrie, while we're finishing up, down on the bottom of your screen, you see a white chat. You can actually direct a question right to her that just is between the two of you. If you need to do that, or if you have a specific question for her, absolutely feel free to do that. She can chat back with you while we're finishing up here this evening. And so we do have a couple of other moms that I asked to share tonight just about their experiences. And I know, Jessica, I think your phone's fixed. I heard it was anyway.
Can you hear me?
If you talk really loud.
Oh my gosh. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, just talk loud.
Okay, so my name's Jessica. I have 2 kids. Jeremiah's 8 and Faith is 3. Before Isagenix, I was exhausted. I had no energy. I craved sugar like crazy. I had no control. I felt like I was gaining weight. I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't wake up in the morning. I was just not feeling good at all. Thankfully, my awesome friend Gail introduced me to Isagenix. Ever since Isagenix, I have energy through the roof. I wake up every morning at 4:45 to work out, and I am so excited. My cravings for sugar are gone. It's so easy to control my cravings now. I'm putting nutrition in my body that my body needs, and I'm staying full. I have long-lasting energy. I'm able to be patient with my kids. I'm active. I have an awesome lifestyle, and I'm so excited about the opportunity to be able to stay home. I love Isagenix.
Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much. And I can tell such a difference in you from whenever you first started to now, in your energy and just your skin and everything. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And then we have Kayla. I've known Kayla for a long time. We go way back to another company together. So yeah, I'm excited, Kayla, for these guys to kind of hear your story, because I know this has been literally life-changing for you in the short time that you've been doing this.
Yes, very true. Before Isagenix, I was very tired. My body was always exhausted. I knew that I needed to work out, but I never could actually get myself to have the energy to go and do it. I have 5 kids that keep me running around like a crazy person. So I'm constantly on the go, and I now, using Isagenix, I'm not drained every day. Like, I'm not constantly wishing the day was over. I actually wake up and I'm pumped and have a lot of energy to get through the day. My 15-year-old, she uses the cleanse every night. She does like 2 to 4 ounces. She likes to work out and stuff, so we let her do that. And then my 12-year-old son, he's actually diabetic, so we use the cleanse to actually regulate his levels. We've seen a huge difference for him. Normally he runs very high at night, so even if he's watching what he eats. So we use that, and that's actually helped tons. I used to have really high anxiety. I was on anti-anxiety medicine and antidepressants for over 10 years. I recently stopped taking my medicine because I lost my health insurance. And it was also the same time I started Isagenix. It's been extremely life-changing. I have not had any signs or symptoms of anxiety or depression, which is crazy. It's like I never started or stopped taking my medicine. But I actually feel a lot better. Like, even taking my anxiety medicine, I would get, like, my chest would hurt and I'd still have bad feelings, and I don't get that anymore. I did lose 7 pounds so far, so that was kind of why my goal, I started out doing an 18-day shred before I get married. But personally for me, just the benefits health-wise are way more important than the losing the weight. And I also had like 1 to 2 migraines a day, like bad migraines. The only thing that would help was if I went to the chiropractor 2 to 3 times a week, which that kind of got expensive, and I got busy with everyday life. So Iotic Supreme is definitely my best friend. I can tell when I don't take it or use it. I do 2 ounces every morning. Like Dr. Carey said, it makes your muscles not hurt after you've been working out. It also, I think I had a mineral and vitamin deficiency, and that's kind of where my migraine stemmed from. So just using that put all the nutrients back into me. But I just love it. I love everything about it. My kids like it. Even the younger ones, they're like excited to drink the shakes, and they're super picky. So if they like it, I know it's got to really taste good. But yeah, that's kind of my story.
Awesome, Kayla. Thank you guys so much. You guys all did a fabulous job, and I appreciate your time. I know that there are moms on the line that you've heard what Dr. Carey said. You've heard the other moms' testimonies, and you're probably like, okay, what is this stuff? How much is it? How do I get it? I mean, I'm thinking you're thinking that. You might not be, but I'm just going to pretend like you are. But this is kind of the scoop with Isagenix. Whenever you make a decision that you want to actually give the product a try, it costs $29 to open up a wholesale account. That's just like if you were to open up an Amazon Prime account. You would pay $99. Then for an entire year, you would get free shipping and get deals through Amazon. Well, with Isagenix, you pay $29, and for an entire year, you get to purchase the product at wholesale. And so it really is an amazing, amazing, I guess, it's very cost effective, that type of thing. Now, the products that you need, there's a lot of you guys on here. There's 43 of you guys on here. So I have to tell you that the products that would benefit you may be different than the products that would benefit someone else. So it's really hard for me to maybe sit here tonight and say, okay, this is the package that you need, because I don't even know who's on the line. But what I can do is kind of give you a ballpark figure of a roundabout pricing. But then what you can do is you can get with the person that had you call on tonight, and they're all very trained and very ready to help you find a package that would fit your budget and your needs, which is what we want. We want everyone to feel comfortable and get product that fits your budget and your needs. So when I started Isagenix, I purchased what was called a 30-day system. My husband purchased what was called a President's Pack. I am a tightwad. Like, that's me. I mean, my family hates it, but I will always be, I don't know why I am, but I am. Like, I squeak. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but that's me. And so when I saw the price, I thought, what? And but my husband was like, no, you're already spending that much money. So this is the deal. Our most middle of the road package is what's called a 30-day system. It replaces 68 meals. It breaks down to $3.99 per meal. So for the month supply, it's $272. So when I saw the $272, I was like, oh my gosh. And my husband was like, you are already spending that. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, yes, you are. Now, I'm sure all of you guys on here are the most disciplined people on the face of the planet. Like, I'm sure that you are. However, me, I was not. So I would go through the drive-thru and I would get like a number 5 at McDonald's. And then I would go to the gas station and get a big old Diet Mountain Dew. And then later in the afternoon, I might get a coffee. Like, I was always buying junk all the time. And so all of that added up. So what I quit doing is I quit having all of those things, and I just replaced the money I was spending on that junk with Isagenix. So literally our grocery bill broke even. So that pack is really our most popular pack. Now, my husband started with a little bit of a bigger pack. He started what's called the President's Pack. That has everything that Dr. Carey talked about. It has all of that in it. The 30-day system gives you 68 meal replacements. It gives you all your cleanse, all of your ionics for the month, and you get a $50 coupon to use for other products. The President's Pack gives you a 30-day plus the vitamins, plus the Product B, plus the blender, plus your $29 fee is waived. So it's all of the stuff all in one. So it just kind of depends. We also have smaller packs. So if you need something smaller, or if you're just like, oh, I just want to try a little bit, your consultant can help you work with that. Now, what I found was I actually saved the money. Like, I was saving the money on groceries. But Isagenix, I don't know, do you guys ever go to Kohl's, or do you guys know what Kohl's Cash is? Anybody? Do you guys know what that is? Like, I know what Kohl's Cash is. I went there yesterday, and I spent an amount that I'm not going to share with you, all right? Because it's my secret. And when I went there, I got Kohl's Cash. And now I get to go back the day after Christmas, and I get to spend my Kohl's Cash, right? And so Isagenix is very similar to that in the sense that when you buy product and you start using it, people are going to ask you about it. So for me, I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. My husband lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. The guys at work used to call him Buddha. So we went from this big Buddha belly to no belly in 3 weeks. And so guys started asking him about it. And so we started referring right away. And we got rebates back. And we only ever paid for our first product package. So I'm going to show you one thing really quick so you guys can see it, and then we'll be done. So if you start using Isagenix, and people ask you, well, tell me just a little bit about what you're doing. What's that shake you're drinking? You look so good. I mean, when they're like, whoa, you look young. And you say it's Isagenix, what happens is they buy it from Isagenix. So let's say this is you right here. And I'm going to put a smiley face here because you are just, you're just losing all this weight and you're feeling so good. I'm going to try to make that bigger so you can see it. You're feeling so good. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Then what happens is your friends ask you about it. So when they ask you and you tell them it looks like this, you tell them that's what our company calls U+2. You're happy using the product. 2 of your friends ask you about it. You tell them they buy it from Isagenix. What happens is, let's say they buy a 30-day system, which is our most popular package. Isagenix would pay you $25 for this guy ordering a 30-day system. They would pay you $25 for this guy ordering a 30-day system. And if you ordered them, if they bought them in the same week, it would double, and you'd make $50 for this guy and $50 for this guy. And because you added 2 people, you make another $50. So that would be $150 because 2 of your friends saw that you lost weight, asked you about it, and you told them. This is how my husband and I only ever paid for 1 product package. We've never paid for our supplement since. Now, if this guy tells 2 of his friends, Isagenix pays you another $100 in rebates. If this guy tells 2 of his friends, Isagenix pays another $100 in rebates. And that's what's called U+2, them +2. And when that happens, you get an additional $250 in rebates. So you guys, all of that adds up to $500 in rebates that you get for just telling 2 of your friends that tell 2 of their friends. So that's what we did, and we did that right away. And so we never paid for the products again. Now, I want to share one more thing with you, only because I'm super passionate about this. When I came into Isagenix, I was very different than Dr. Carey or Jessica or Kayla or Amy or Michelle, because when I came in, I was financially stressed. I was stressed to the point that my side was hurting all the time. I was making 6 figures in another business, but I was married to it. Like, I felt like I could not even breathe. I couldn't take time off. I had to march to someone else's, the beat of their drum. And even though I was making that money, I was completely miserable, and it was making me physically sick. And so when I came into Isagenix, I was not looking for a product to feel better. I was looking for a product to fix a major need that I had, and that was that I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to be at all of my daughter's games. I wanted to be able to not be thinking about how I was going to pay a bill or where the money was going to come from. Even though I was making 6 figures, I just went through the recession, and I needed to be making about $50,000 a year more than I was making because my income had dipped down. And so when I looked at this, I saw an amazing opportunity. And so I walked away from a 6-figure income to work Isagenix as a business. And I know that most people have no interest in that. Most people are like, I want to feel better. I just want to lose weight. And that's awesome. But sometimes for me, I feel like it's my job because, for instance, yesterday morning, I woke up and I just felt like, you know what? I don't know when it happened that everything I ever wanted in my life, I don't know when it happened that right here it is. But I left my 6-figure income at my other job because I didn't have freedom. I didn't have freedom to go be me and do what I wanted to do. I didn't have that. And so yesterday, we help out with the trafficking ministry. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what that is, but we help out with the ministry. And one of the girls had left her situation and was now in a situation where she needed some items for her children. And so I was able to drop everything in the day. I didn't have to ask anyone's permission. I also didn't have to ask anybody for money to support the ministry. I was able just to take money from my own account. I was able to take my own time off and not ask anyone and just up and go because of the power of this compensation plan, of this residual compensation plan. So every day now, most days, I work in my pajamas from home. I drink the shake. I use the product, I work out, I get results. I talk about my results on social media. People ask me about my results. I tell them how I got my results. They enroll into Isagenix. Then they tell other people. And what's happened is God has blessed us in an amazing way where my husband and I have told 220 people about Isagenix, but that is duplicated now to where we get paid on 8,200 people. And it has given me extreme time freedom. There's a lot of people that make a lot more money in Isagenix than I do. But for the last 4 years, I've made over 100,000, about 150,000 for the last 4 years, working in my pajamas from home every day with total freedom. And so I love every minute of it. And so if you're listening to this and you're like, you know what? I'm hungry for that. I want to be at home with my kids. I want to work in my pajamas every day. I want to have that freedom. If that's you, you need to let the associate know that had you call on. Now, that's really what I have tonight. Those of you that are on the line, most of you were probably asked to get on by an associate that's trying to win a prize, or at least some of you. Some of your associates are trying to win boots. I do know that. And so if they asked you to get on the line to help them out, if there's just one thing I ask you to do, because they have to turn in a text message to me that tells me who was on the line and what their opinion was. And so if you can just let them know, hey, I'm interested in the product. Hey, I'm interested in the business. Or maybe you're listening to this and you're like, that lady is a whack job and I would not do this if I were starving and naked. I don't believe I eat chicken all day long. I never want to shake. Whatever your thoughts are, just tell them. They won't be offended, but they are required to send that text to me. So just let them know. But you guys, I really, really appreciate your time. Dr. Carey, literally I think that is the best presentation on the products that I've heard in my 4.5 years I've been in this. And I mean that with everything in me. So thank you so, so much. So much. So you guys have an amazing, amazing night. Don't forget to message your associate. I know they'll be waiting because they want their boots. But you guys are awesome. Thanks again, you guys. Have an amazing night. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, thanks.
Good night.